let's talk about the truth about marriage.
Okay.
What do you think? What do you think marriage is today, and what do you think it's supposed to be about?
Marriage, the actual word, people look back, it's actually merger. So it's when two businesses come together and they merge. And you will only find that out, the reality, if you go through divorce court. Because they treat you as if, they even say partners. That's why I kind of don't like using that term.
Oh, I see. It sounds very business
It sounds very business, because that's actually, that's what the lingo that lawyers will use sometimes. They'll say your partner. I'm just like, look, I think people are taken advantage of when it comes to marriage. Everything's lovey-dovey, and there's doves, and there's ice sculptures and napkins, and everybody's happy and stuff. And if it goes down the line of divorce, you're going to realize that it's not a loving environment whatsoever. Unfortunately, yes, it's the justice system, but it's very biased against men, let's just be honest. And it's, like I said, it's a loveless environment. They only care about money and assets, things like that. Just material things, I'll be very honest with you. And whoever has the best lawyer wins, or whoever has, and it becomes a very, like, disgusting environment. It's a very horrible environment. And I think people need to learn the truth about marriage, because the truth about marriage is that it can lead to divorce. I think people they think, oh, I love this person, they will never leave me, but yet they still go down divorce. This happens so many times. We only be a fool to not look into the truth about marriage. So marriage can lead to divorce. And like I said, you would only realize it's a business merger once you go through a divorce.
So would you recommend that most people, if not all people, before marriage should have a prenuptial agreement?
I would actually say that you shouldn't even get a marriage contract.
You shouldn't even?
You shouldn't get a marriage contract.
I don't even disagree with you.
Yeah, no, it's insane. It's absolutely insane.
So is it be like, so people get marriage like traditionally but not legally? Is that what you mean?
Yeah. Are you saying that they do or they don't?
Well, I'm asking you, is that what you're proposing?
Yes. Right. Yeah, because at the moment in the UK, and this is something that we need to preserve, is that traditional, like non-legal, just like, I don't know, like yourself and a young lady with a few witnesses and you're married. And maybe you signed something contract, but it's not like a legal, in terms of the eyes of the state, they don't recognize it. And that way your affairs and everything, you're more safer to do it between you and not have a third party, like a judge, just completely like he doesn't even know you both, right? So
what would you say to people who say, oh well, I don't intend to break up with this person, and getting a prenup is like so unromantic, and it just, what would you say to people who would say getting a prenup is just kind of having the intention to fail?
No, it's just being it's like you're protecting yourself. Honestly, if my other half, and hand on my heart, the creator's my witness, if he said, not that I'm going to ever get a marriage contract though, but if he came up with a prenup, I completely understand. Adult to adult. I've worked hard for the things I have. He's worked hard for the things he's had. We don't know. I'm not a fortune teller. I don't know what's going to happen in the future. I might have to leave, or he might have to leave. Anything. I think we think like, oh yeah, we're sorted. We know. No, you have to be like, it's better to be safe than sorry. I think if you genuinely love the person, you will sign that prenup, actually.
Well, some would say if you genuinely love the person, you wouldn't ask for one.
Well, they're a fool. Because the current climate we have is like, look, everybody's ripping their heads off. It's true. like I said, two loving couples, like they might as well be in a boxing arena. In the courtroom. Some of them. So I mean, you're being naive. Like, I'm sorry if you're living some Disney fantasy world. Because you're only harming yourself. Get the prenup, be an adult about it, get it done, and then you don't have to think about it anymore.
So I get what you're saying. So I'm going to give you a scenario that's going to challenge that.
Okay.
Tell me what you think. Man and women get together, fall in love, they get married, they have kids. Okay. Let's say he out-earns her quite significantly, and that luckily he earns enough that she doesn't have to work, right?
Okay.
They have kids, and she's the primary carer, right? And he's the main breadwinner. Let's say they're together for 20 years. No, let's say 15 years, right? They then decide to get a divorce. Her argument will be, well, I took time out of work to help raise our kids, and because I was a loving partner, that helped you succeed and earn the money you got while we were together.
Mm-hmm.
Is she not entitled to some of his wealth?
As long as it's some.
Right, not all.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you give them an inch, they'll take it a mile.
Yes.
And the thing about the thing is, there's so many factors. It's like, well, how many children was it? Like, how much in your how many hours in your day did you have time to do something else? You know, didn't you have any interests and hobbies of yourself? You know, to kind of explore. And I think easily people are like, oh, I did all the housework, I did. But really, if you did, you know, it's not like you're doing that 24/7. You had time to invest in yourself.
Yeah.
But again, it goes case by case. But if a woman genuinely looked after her husband at the time, genuinely looked after the house, you know, so he didn't have to worry about stuff, then for her to get, because the initial thing about that is so a woman could have some funds to, you know, be stable. Yeah. Because she relied on her husband. Yes. So in the practical sense, it makes sense. Yes. But now it's become obviously to completely destroy and obliterate him, from my experience of what I've seen. Yeah. So that's the thing. So we have to tread very carefully. If a woman says, oh, I deserve this, because we have to look at how much actually. It's like, is it 60-40? Is it how? I don't know if I can actually say it's 50-50 sometimes. It's again, it goes case by case.
It is case by case. I did a show with a friend this couple of years ago. He won't mind me saying. Bless him, he was going through a divorce while doing the show, and obviously the house that they lived in, I think they were together for like 5 years, no kids, and he paid for 90% of the house. I think she only contributed like 10%, if that. But obviously when they divorced, she got half. Yep. It's just the way it is.
I know somebody who paid 100% for the house.
Really?
And she got half, yeah.
God.
Another thing, don't ever put their name on the house. Anything. You heard
it here first.
Anything, unless they've actually contributed.
And that goes for men and women, by the way. Like, if you're a woman and you own a place, absolutely, and you move him in, don't put his name on, because then the second you put it on, it doesn't matter what he paid or didn't pay. He's entitled to half. Exactly. And no one can say anything. It's like a brick wall. Yeah. You know, it's impenetrable. Yeah. So just yeah. Yeah. I hear that. How?